Hello, St. Michael families. We're now covering the fourth segment for the month of January, targeted for January 30th that week. It is on Christian prayer traditions, and there's three that the lessons cover. The lesson gives us some great information about what prayer is and why it's important. And the key truth not to miss is that Jesus must remain at the center of our prayer. Our access to God the Father is through Jesus. The lesson talks about types of prayers and different ways to pray. The types of prayer are asking, so asking for help, thanking, giving gratitude to God for the gifts and things that He's done for us, and praising, letting God know that He is all wonderful, all loving, and that we adore, praise, and worship Him. Discuss this with your kids and the balance of asking, thanking, and praising. Our prayer can't be based on give me this, give me that. It can't be based on solely on our needs. God is there to hear our needs. He wants to hear our needs, but He also wants to hear us say thank you. He also wants to hear us praise Him and worship Him. Ways to pray include expressive prayer. That's when we're saying words. We are expressing ourselves. It's meditation. It's just being quiet and letting God's word come to us. And the other one is contemplation, where we take some segment of our faith or some dynamic of what's going on in our relationship with God at any given time and just contemplate what it means. Ask for meaning as we're praying. The last lesson, part of this lesson, has three ancient prayer forms that you should try perhaps within your family. The first is novena. So novena stands for 9, and it's 9 days of prayer for a specific purpose. So there are times in the life of our church that a novena comes up, and that would be a great way to teach your kids about sustained prayer. The second is Lectio Divina, and this is one I very much want you to try as family. Lectio Divina, or divine reading, means taking a look at a small passage of the Bible, maybe even just 2 to 3 words or maybe 2 verses, and to read it through and let the meaning come to us just by the literal meaning. If we know that passage a little bit better, to let the broader meaning come to us, but then to focus on just one element of it and to be quiet and to just ponder, what does this phrase mean to me right now? And what God do you want us to take from this to make part of our lives right now? It's dwelling on the Word of God, which we have to remember. While the Bible is fixed, we're not going to be adding more to the Bible. What we have to remember is God's revelation never stops. Because when we listen to a passage of the Bible, it means different things to us at different stages of our lives. And that's how God's revelation continues to unfold for us. So that's called Lectio Divina. The third is called Liturgy of the Hours. And there's an example of Liturgy of the Hours in the session. So Sunday night in particular, I would encourage you and your families to give this a try and maybe sustain that for a week or two and see if that's a prayer form that you'd like to adopt as a family. The most important thing about prayer is to just do it. And remember, prayer is simply opening that channel, bringing God present to us, and letting Him know what's on our hearts and minds. God bless everyone.